Hello, this is Ms. Trammell, and we're going to talk about properties of matter today. Our topic is we're actually going to compare solids, liquids, and gases. So under topic, you need to write comparing solids, liquids, and gases. But our essential question is, what is matter? And really, matter is anything, and it's around us everywhere. But we're going to go over some specifics. Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. When I say takes up space, I mean volume. Matter is made up of small particles called atoms. And atoms are made up of even smaller particles called protons, neutrons, and electrons. We'll get into the specifics later, but basically, what will happen is you'll have a nucleus and you'll have your protons in here, which are positively charged, and you'll have your neutrons, which have no charge. And around it in energy levels or shells will be electrons. We'll get into more of that specifically later, but I just wanted you to get a visualization of what that means. So go ahead and pause the video for 1 minute, and I want you to write a question about everything that we have done so far. Write at least one or two questions about what I've talked about so far. So matter can exist in different states. The three most common are solids, liquids, and gases. A state of matter can change due to many things such as temperature and pressure. So a change in temperature or a change in pressure, whether you increase it or decrease it. Matter can have physical and chemical characteristics. Such as physical and chemical properties. So go ahead and pause the video for 1 minute and write a question about this section right here. So like I was saying, matter can have physical and chemical characteristics, and there's physical and chemical properties. A physical property is a property that can be observed without, again, that's without changing into another substance. Examples include boiling point, density, melting point, and mass. Now we're going to go on to chemical properties. So a chemical property is a property that describes the ability of a substance to change into another substance. Examples include reactivity and flammability. You can go ahead and pause the video and go ahead and write questions regarding chemical and physical properties for your notes. Chemical and physical changes are related to chemical and physical properties. A chemical change produces a new substance. Examples of chemical changes would be changing color, giving off heat, foaming or fizzing. For example, if you ever put peroxide on a cut, you'll see it foam or fizz. Producing sound or giving off light. A physical change does not produce a new substance. Examples of physical changes are cutting paper, breaking glass, and you can also add some of your own examples. Again, a physical change does not produce a new substance, so keep that in mind. Changes in states such as melting, freezing, evaporation, condensation, and sublimation are physical changes. So here's what you need to know about those different words. So melting is when matter goes from a solid to a liquid. Freezing, essentially the opposite of melting, is when it goes from a liquid to a solid. Evaporation is when matter goes from a liquid to a gas. Condensation would be the opposite of that. So it goes from a gas to a liquid, such as when you have like your can of Coke sitting there and there's condensation on the outside. Sublimation is when matter goes from a solid directly to a gas, so it misses the liquid phase completely. An example of that would be dry ice. Dry ice goes directly from solid to a gas. So go ahead and pause for a minute here, and I want you to write questions regarding chemical and physical changes on the side of your notes, and then we can go ahead and do the summary. Thank you, and that is all today.